Hey there, art nerds. Long time no talk. So I think this is probably my final Ida update because for us, Joseph and I, things have mostly stabilized. Now we're mostly just focusing on moving into our new home, getting things painted, buying furniture, that sort of stuff. Sometimes it just feels like it never ends, but it's definitely been like what, a month and a half, a long month and a half, right? Because Ida hit at the end of August. We basically lost all of September, no internet, no electricity for like a month. Like I said, I was staying by my mom's house, so she has a generator, but that doesn't mean you have internet when the internet is down. And cell phone internet, like data reception, is just always bad on the other side of the river, but it was particularly bad after the storm. I think some of AT&T's towers got damaged. So I have a lot of footage of the aftermath of the storm and the cleanup efforts, and I want to edit them into something more cohesive, but honestly I'm a little bit daunted by the task. I have a lot of footage, and while I can edit, I am capable of editing video. I don't really think of that as like a strong skill for me. So I'm kind of like, I have all this footage from Natchitoches too, where we went in late July, because we went for our anniversary, that I'm kind of daunted by as well. So anytime I have like a lot of footage to edit, like a week's worth or a month's worth in the case of Ida, I kind of get paralyzed and I'm like, ah. So maybe I can find somebody to help me out with the Ida recovery. But I mean, a lot of the areas that were really hit hard are still recovering, are still going to be recovering for a while. As I look across the street from me, and I'll for y'all, there are houses that have blue tarps on them still. Our own roof is still damaged. The fence behind me is still down. So, you know, even though I say we're in recovery mode, we're making progress, there's still a lot of stuff that has to be done. I mean, there's hangers like Widowmakers hanging in the tree. I'm not sitting under any, but we're still waiting for the roofing guy to come out. We're still waiting for the tree people to come out and cut those down. So things are going to be up in the air for a while. But we were able to finally move into our own house. We were able to do that about a week ago, which is nice. We're sleeping on the floor on a mattress and we're getting stuff painted. So at least we're not focusing so much on scrounging to find gasoline, scrounging to find food, scrounging to clear trees out of the yard, scrounging to find air conditioning, you know, just like basic getting through the day. Now we can at least focus on kind of like a week's view. And I got some further good news. So generally, one of the jobs I work when I'm not, well, just one of the jobs I work, period, is I teach with St. Charles Parish Library. And I teach basically every other week, and we do Art Squad. So I was thinking, considering how badly the libraries were hit, that I would be without work for a long time. And the librarian that I work with kind of confirmed that, and she was like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get any programming up until like March, but we're actually able to start in November, which is really good news for me. I really enjoy doing it. It's something that makes me really happy, but also it's employment, and that's also really important to me. So I'm really excited about that. And then, you know, Kenner and Metairie and New Orleans, they weren't necessarily hit as hard as this area. So it's almost like they haven't been hit at all right now. Like we went to the Botanical Garden and you couldn't tell a hurricane had hit a month ago, which just goes to show you that even though a hurricane might totally devastate one area, it might barely touch another area just 30 minutes away. So that's why I was starting to get a little frustrated seeing some New Orleanians, not all, I'm not going to tar the whole bush, but just some of them on Twitter saying that Ida wasn't nothing because they didn't get hit, or, you know, it didn't compare to Katrina. Because, yeah, you know, every hurricane hits a different area. I mean, Ida wasn't the same for Lake Charles, but Laura hit them real bad and didn't hit us. So a hurricane isn't going to devastate an entire area, especially one like Ida where there was a lot of tornadoes. But I know that Laplace is still they're recovering, but they're having a hard time. And I haven't heard a whole lot about Terrebonne, but they were hit really bad. So you know, we're all just doing the best that we can every day. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's Bowie. Hey, Bo. I've got him on his leash because obviously if he wanted to, he could get through this fence. This is our backyard now. That's really exciting for me. This isn't a rental. I don't have to deal with Sandy's dogs barking at me anytime I start recording outside. It's so nice. And the neighborhood seems really nice and kind of quiet. In fact, I'm probably the loudest thing out here right now. And we've got lots of beautiful trees, and I'm looking forward to once we've gotten kind of settled in and the house is painted and set up. So I'm currently working in a temporary workspace in our great room, and the lighting is atrocious. I've got enough lights to open a light store, and it's still like really hard to get the light right. But that's not my permanent workspace. We're gonna paint what was the dining room, and we're gonna turn that into a studio and workspace for both of us. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm gonna get glass front cabinets so I can see all my art supplies and stuff, all the stuff I've been talking about doing for years that I have not been able to do. On that note, do any of you guys have any experience with Dreambox? It's like, the best I can describe it is it's like an installable closet for crafters, and it has like a table. It's mostly aimed at people who sew and craft, but I was kind of thinking of I would like to maybe put one in my convention/sewing room, and I might also want to put one in my studio workspace because it seems nice to have everything really handy. But one of my friends pointed out that it looks like a bunch of IKEA furniture, which it does, but we don't have an IKEA. The closest IKEA is in, I want to say, Atlanta, Georgia, which is like 8 hours away. There might be one in Houston, which is like 5 hours away. So, and I don't do IKEA online because I have no experience with that. And since they sell everything as bits and pieces, I'd be afraid of not getting important bits and pieces. So, and paying an exorbitant amount of money in shipping. But if I had an IKEA, I would definitely hit up IKEA. We don't even have a Container Store around here. I mean, we've got other things, but I just wouldn't know where to turn. And I do actually need a lot of organizational help. I mean, I've got some experience organizing my own stuff, but I'm getting kind of tired of like trying my own systems and buying stuff and then it falls apart, or it doesn't really do what I want it to do, or it doesn't stack, or it just can't take wear and tear. That's a lot of the plastic Sterilite craft storage is just not really built very well. So I would really like to be able to hire someone who knows what they're looking at and knows what can understand my needs and help me get organized in a way that will actually work for me, and I don't end up trashing it because I can't ever find anything. But I think glass front cabinets where I can actually see what's in the cabinet instead of having to label it will look nicer and be really much more functional for me. But if any of you guys have any experience with Dreambox, good, bad, or indifferent, let me know, because all the reviews on their site is like, this is the best thing ever. And frankly, you know, when I'm reading reviews, and this goes for art supplies too, I'm always looking for that one person who just human error. It just doesn't work for them for human error. They don't know how to uncap it. They don't know how to install it. It came missing a piece. Like, I'm looking for that kind of mistakes that humans make either in packing and shipping or whatever. You know, you're not going to get 100, or it's unlikely that you're going to get 100 perfect reviews. So I'm looking for, when I'm reading reviews on a site, I'm looking for those people who weren't that happy or struggled with it or they had to return it. And just keeping an eye on those. Sorry. I haven't really seen that. So if you guys have had experience with it, I'd be interested in hearing about it. And what else? So Art Squad is starting soon. I have Fall Fest, so that's going to be my first. I'd been hoping to do like the farmers markets, but by the time I was waiting for the weather to get cooler, and I was also waiting for us to finish moving, and I still probably could because the German Coast Food Fest in Destrehan is still going on. They just moved the place. I don't know about the one on the West Bank, but I'm just like totally swamped with house stuff right now that I'm struggling to even get Lilliputian Living done. I am, and I'm finally sharing it on Instagram again because I finally have enough internet to do that. But just kind of waiting until things settle down. I really miss all the art stuff that I had going on, like live streams and being able to do regular reviews and regular videos and sharing art all the time. I really miss that because I had a month where I couldn't do that, and I think I probably have at least another month where I can't really do that either, but I do miss it. I miss hanging out with you guys and talking to you guys and doing streams with y'all. So hopefully, but I have Fall Fest in November, which is like maybe a 3-day outdoor craft show type thing, which I think is pretty similar in some ways to the Southern Festival of Books, which is actually going on this weekend over in Nashville. It's my first year in a little bit that I haven't been able to do that, or Handmaiden Bound. So it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm also really glad that a lot of the things that I've come to rely on for income are coming back or are still available, so that I'm not like having a hard time figuring out my budget, if you guys know what I mean. Oh, and I've been teaching more with the Ascension Parish Library System, which I really enjoy. They are so well behaved, like too well behaved, that I have to like encourage. Like, you can talk if we're just drawing. You can talk. But they're really good kids. So hopefully I can continue to work with both parishes, and maybe more parishes as time progresses. That would be really nice. I like the steady income. It's nice to have income that you can rely on. That's one of the things I didn't love about conventions, is I could never predict how much money I would make. And I mean, I knew if a con was a good con, a ballpark, but you can't guarantee if they don't promote the show, or if COVID hits and they're not allowing as many people to come, you can't predict that. Whereas with these teaching engagements, I just charge the library, and I charge them $75 an hour, which I know to some of you is a princely sum, but I also bring a lot of my own materials. I do all my own prep. A bird just pooped on me. Yay. Hi. Nice to meet you too. And I have an MFA in art, so that's about what I should be charging to teach those kind of classes. And I also don't charge them for transportation. I don't charge them for my prep time. I only charge them for the time I'm actively teaching. So it's nice to have like predictable income that I know, barring natural disaster, I know is going to come in that month. So yeah, I'm really glad to be teaching again. I missed it. And I'm glad to have some security back. I'm going to keep looking down at this bird poop on my leg, like, oh, I want to clean it. Anyway, so things are still kind of up in the air, just in terms of moving, and like when I'm going to get my lighting fixed so I can resume. The word is resume, Becca. My student grades showdown. And we are spending a lot of time like painting the house and removing wallpaper, stuff like that. So I just don't have as much free time to spend. And with the lighting, as bad as it currently is, I don't want to record anything because it's not going to look color accurate. I can fudge it for black and white stuff, like with Lilliputian Living, which I'm also sharing on TikTok and on Twitter and on Instagram. And also, I can't get my YouTube Shorts to work anymore. Like, they just won't upload. Are any of you guys having problems with that, or is that like a me thing? I've uploaded shorts before, and I had all these shorts to share with you guys, and YouTube's like, ha ha, sucker, we're not going to let them know when a new video comes up, and we're not going to let them know when a live stream starts, and we're not going to let you upload shorts. Nah, you should leave the platform. But that's, if you guys have had that problem and you can suggest something, like, I don't know, uninstalling YouTube. Maybe I should just do that. I don't know. Sometimes Instagram gets dumb about stuff like that too, and you have to uninstall it, reinstall it, and wait a couple days. Maybe that's what YouTube's doing to me. I don't even know. But yeah, things aren't so bad, and I'm looking forward to getting the house painted and getting furniture and putting our art up. That's gonna be really cool. And Joseph's gotten really into doing estate sales, so I'm hoping to find some old art supplies. But it seems like most of around here, they just toss that. And I'm like, no. But anyway, so once I get things kind of figured out, get the lighting kind of figured out, then we can, oh, that bird is just pooping all over the place. We can, he pooped right, he didn't hit my camera, but he pooped so close to it. Anyway, I'm going to go wash off my pants, and that is the update. Hopefully I can get my Ida footage edited into something that kind of gives you guys an idea of what's going on. There's still a lot of places that aren't open yet or on massively reduced hours. So, we are coming back. We are recovering, but it is still a process. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an idea. I tried to get Joseph to record this with me because I'm gonna have to move. I love the birds, but I don't want to get pooped on. I tried to get Joseph to record with me, and he was just like, I'm not feeling good. So that's why it's just me and old Bo Cat over there on the ground. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.